Hello and good morning. Welcome back to the 5 Cent Cigar Newscast. I'm Imani Fleming. Thanks so much for joining us. Coming up this week, we have a look into a new initiative providing students with free and fresh produce right here on campus, how URI Dining is working to ensure a safe experience for students when eating in Ramstein, and as always, make sure to stick around for your Rhody Sports Corner. The Nutrition and Food Sciences Department at URI is sponsoring a free farmers market that gives students greater access to fresh produce and various resources available to them on campus through health services. Students are able to shop for locally grown items like peppers, carrots, spinach, and eggs, all while learning about how to correctly store and prepare their food, even on the on-campus dorms. The free farmers market also works to promote the importance of nourishing your body and mind. I spoke with Kelly Kidd and Dr. Amanda Missimer, two of the event's coordinators, to find out more. Grocery shopping for students has never been easier. URI's free farmers market, cleverly named Nourishing Your Body and Mind, is quickly becoming a staple of campus culture. The weekly pop-up features local produce grown by URI's very own Dr. Rebecca Brown and is the direct result of what nutrition specialist Kelly Kidd is calling a labor of love.
The idea came to me at that point that, okay, we just need to have a table someplace, and kind of this like free farmers market concept emerged from there.
Have been getting approximately 600 to 700 pounds of produce each week with about 20 dozen eggs, and we've been serving anywhere between 150 and 200 students roughly.
According to Dr. Messimer, alongside the nutritious food available to students, the farmers market is providing a space for URI community members to learn the basics of food science and engage in conversations on topics like food recovery.
So when we think about food recovery, there's actually a defined hierarchy for how food should be dealt with once it is not being consumed by individuals.
Kidd says that the appreciation students have shown for the new market is also being reflected in her advisory role with student athletes.
It has extended into when I'm providing nutrition counseling that students are very appreciative to have this as a resource.
Students can also learn a few dorm-friendly recipes at the market and even take home some samples.
And we are doing an effort with those recipes to make them dorm-friendly, so transferring them into how can you make this in a microwave, for example.
Kidd and Messimer both believe the most gratifying part of the farmers market's success is the excitement students have had discovering new foods grown right in their backyard.
The opportunity that we're giving them, the real food that is grown right here on campus.
Yeah, it's just so exciting to see the huge line and how we already have a line building up here. Hello, everyone. And seeing the excitement on their faces, not only when they're able to get the vegetables, they're talking about how they're going to cook them and how they can't wait to cook them. And, oh, what's this? I've never seen this vegetable before. And then encouraging the students to try something that they've never tried before. I'm pushing the beats. So.
The return of indoor dining at URI has been a part of the university's efforts to establish a small bit of normalcy on our campus once again. In the Ramstein, several changes have been made to help limit the possible spread of COVID-19 and maintain a safe eating environment. But what's really different from last year or even last semester? Juliana Lepore has the story.
The Ramstein, one of URI's most popular food establishments, has been up and running since the start of the fall semester, drawing in many students at a time throughout the day. According to URI's food service retail manager, Brett Nicolopoulos, the Ramstein has added a lot of changes to enhance student safety. According to him, these booths at the entrance used to hold cash registers. However, due to the crowdedness of the area, he decided to move the registers to every station. A new addition coming soon to the Ramstein is a self-serve coffee station that will be located next to the Silk Road Chinese food station. In addition, the Ramstein has removed about 100 chairs and seating to accommodate a smaller amount of students at a time. However, due to URI's testing and vaccination protocols for students and staff, Nicolopoulos said that he is not concerned about spreading COVID-19 in the Ramstein. According to the director of URI Dining Services, Pierre St. Germain, the dining services staff is doing all they can to adhere to the safety guidelines.
But overall in dining services, we're adhering to the schools regulations, the CDC's regulations, the state's regulations. So we're trying to we're trying to bear all that in mind as we allow or don't allow this.
St. Germain said that it was important to have a quote-unquote normal experience for students this year.
It was fairly important to try and have as normalized a student experience as possible this year.
Yeah.
And so trying to ensure that students could dine on campus was part of that normalization.
On the topic of mask wearing, St. Germain said that all students must wear masks when they're not eating in the Ramstein or any of URI's dining halls.
We allow for this because we're following all the guidelines ourselves, but if students mismanage the situation and leave their masks off the entire time, really, it's inconvenient.
However, none of URI's COVID-19 spread has been linked to the dining halls.
We have not seen any even prior to the vaccine, we hadn't seen any transmission in the dining halls. So it's we're just trying to maintain all of that safety.
Juliana Lepore, 5 Cent Cigar News.
And now over to Aniekan Okon with your Rhody Sports Corner.
Thanks, Imani. Hello and welcome back to another edition of your Rhody Sports Corner. Over the past several years, Stony Brook has had their number over the Rams on the gridiron, winning 7 of 7 meetings. Hoping to change that and get off to their best start in 20 years, Rhody welcomed the Seawolves to town in front of a sellout crowd, and boy, it was a treat. Former Rhody Rams Kyle Murphy and Kevin Lawrence were on the sideline Saturday cheering on the Rams. We pick up the action in the fourth quarter, game tied at 13. Quarterback Kasim Hill calls his own number and sneaks into the end zone and almost into your screen for the touchdown. Ensuing drive, Stony Brook's Tyquell Fields says, "If you can do it, I can do it better," taking it into the end zone to tie the game. CJ Carrick would miss the potential game-winning field goal as time expired, so the game went into overtime. Second play of the extra period, Hill drops back and finds Caleb Warren, who does the rest, to give the Rams a 27-20 lead. The Rams just needed a stop to win the game, and they would get it on fourth down from James Maxson and Garrett Martin, who stopped Stony Brook at the 3-yard line. Rhody hang on to win and start the season 4-0 for the first time in 20 years.
Struggled a lot on fourth down, and this week in practice we just kept telling each other we gotta convert on fourth downs. We gotta really stop them on fourth downs, and especially in the red zone, in the goal line area. We just gotta convert and show up, and that's exactly what happened. We had a lot of heart, we had a lot of trust in each other, and we showed up.
These kids got something to them, and they recover from. They don't flinch to bad, and I don't know if that's ever been a trademark. I know that this is the first time we played a good football game versus Stony Brook, and as a result of that, we were able to win.
The women's soccer team had a tremendous end to the month of September, going unbeaten in 4 of their final 5 games. With a new month upon us, the team looked to keep the momentum going this past weekend against Fordham. The game remained scoreless in the first half and well into the second until Shea Grutton slipped a header past Faith Hutchins to give Fordham the lead in the 69th minute. Rhody soon equalized. Alyssa Fleming, taking the corner, finds a slashing Brooke Covino, who heads it inside the near post for her second goal of the season. She would help Rhody win the game 12 minutes later when she finds Hope Centinello, who fires it outside of the 18 past the goalkeeper for her first career goal. Rhody go on to win 2-1 to begin the month of October unbeaten. And let's take a look at the rest of your scores around Kingston. Volleyball dropped another game in conference play, losing to St. Louis 3-1. Men's soccer found the win column again with a dominating 4-0 victory against St. Bonaventure. And congratulations to the golf team for another strong performance earlier this week at the Yukon Invitational. And that's it for this week's Rhody Sports Quarter. Back to you.
That's all we have for you this week at the 5 Cent Cigar Newscast. As always, make sure to check us out at rhodycigar.com and follow us on Twitter at Rhody Cigar. Reporting from Kingston, I'm Imani Fleming. Stay safe, Rhody.